Ragazzi, un saluto di Inter Worldwide. I will speak nice and clearly because it's very windy, but the sun's out and it's just too nice to stay inside. So, here we are again. Man, we just lost that Europa League final. Sorry to bring that up, but I can't believe we're starting football again. It just feels like yesterday that Inter were kicking that ball, and here we go. We're one match day behind, so psychologically that might play a little bit on the players, but hey, it's time to get excited. The fans are nervous. Let's not deny that. All week on all forms of social media and everything, the fans were at each other in our usual sense. We're not 100% sure if this looks like a title-winning side. Some fans are optimistic, some are pessimistic. But I guess we'll just let the football talk for itself, eh? So Fiorentina is the first opponent, a bit of a bogey side, a side that has cost us points in the last couple of seasons right at the death. It's been very frustrating. I would go as far to say two of the most frustrating games of the last couple of years are the Fiorentina D'Ambrosio fake handball incident and last season with, I forget who it was, going straight around Skriniar at right centre-back, taking him down the byline and then just putting it home. Ridiculous. But we've got to get 3 points, Ragazzi, because we can't start on the back foot. We can't start on the back foot. This season, it's going to be a real mental battle between managers, between players. It's all going to be who can grind it out till the last minute. It's modern day football. It's modern day football. Like, no longer are we going to see 92-minute games. Like, best believe it's Italy. These games are going for 95, 96, 97. I was saying last week, I reckon this season, we're going to see a few games tick to triple digits. 100 minutes. Lots of stoppages, lots of checks, lots of bullshit. But, once again, still excited. So let's talk players. Let's talk Giocatori. Let's talk our boys. The back three is what's like really getting me iffy because there's no De Vrij. He's suspended for 2 games. So Handanovic, Bastoni. Those are the only concretes in a Conte defense. It looks like it's going to be Kolarov at left centre back. So we'll find out sooner rather than later whether or not he is ready to contribute defensively in a back three when called upon. There are big question marks over that. No question marks over his offensive contribution or his ability to take an amazing free kick, but his defensive efforts are what will cause liabilities. Danilo D'Ambrosio is most likely to start at right centre back then, and if that's the case, then I'm okay with that for the first game of the season. It's not going to be a permanent thing, but with Achraf Hakimi at right wing back, you can pretty much say that that right-hand side is covered solid in all departments. I don't see a reason why we should be failing on that right-hand side with D'Ambrosio behind Hakimi. They can cover each other and complement each other very, very well. Moving from right to left in the midfield, we're most likely going to see Nicolo Barella. He's fit, he's ready, he's Conte's go-to, he's my guy, and he will be our guy again this season. Now, where it gets tricky after this are the next 3 positions because I think it's CDS and the other newspapers are saying that it could be Vidal and Gagliardini. Barella isn't playing the number 6 though. So he needs to keep playing that tenacious box-to-box. I get with Vidal there, Barella can free up a bit more, but we need technicality. We need technicality. We shouldn't be going in with a midfield of Barella, Vidal, Gagliardini. I don't think Vidal starts yet. I think it'll be Barella, Sensi, Gagliardini, or Barella, Brozovic, Gagliardini. Either way, Gags is starting. It is what it is. He might just start the first couple of games and make way for Vidal or Raja Nainggolan. At the end of the day, we're less than 24 hours away from the game and Raja Nainggolan is in the squad. So if Raja Nainggolan gets on the pitch in this game, even as a sub, we know that he's staying, which is great. So that's my prediction for midfield. I'll go with Brozovic, Gagliardini, Barella, but, you know, Christian Eriksen. Don't forget Christian Eriksen. Are we going to see the integration of Christian Eriksen properly this season? I hope so. So he might start. It's really up in the air, and I don't believe the papers. I don't believe predicted lineups. I never do. If you believe the lineups, you believe Ranocchia has started for us almost every week for the last 6-7 years. Every week, straight up, Ranocchia at centre-back. I'll get to that in a second, though, the transfers. I was going to talk about that a bit at the end. So yeah, it's looking like Perisic as well might start, which I'm okay with. He seems to be rejuvenated. He gave a nice interview with the Inter channel. I think Ivan Perisic is ready to step it up. If not, I'm also okay with Ashley Young. Kwadwo Asamoah is still on the roster and is fit. We've got options at left wing back, but they're not concrete. They are liabilities, and they can all have bad games. We'll see what happens once again. I'm reserving all my judgment for what I see on the pitch. And up top is where it gets easier. It's a no-brainer. It's Lukaku, Lautaro, who are going to keep banging in goals this season. Players to watch out for the opposition team. Obviously, Milinkovic has been linked with us, the defender. He's a good defender. He'll probably have a good game. Obviously, you've got your usual threats of Federico Chiesa, Castrovilli, Frank Ribéry. We'll see what happens. I think that we have enough to deal with them even without De Vrij. My prediction, I want to do the anti-jinx. And say 1-1. But I think that it would be silly to predict that because it's the first game of the season. We look stronger. We should be able to have that continuity from last season as well, which a lot of teams don't have. So I'm going to go 2-0. We don't concede a goal and go for Lukaku and go for Barella in midfield as well. While I'm here in front of the camera, we might as well talk Mercato. We've had a few departures. Sebastiano Esposito is on loan to Spal. That's fantastic. He'll probably get 35 games for them next season, which is brilliant. Then he can come back and be the fourth striker. In terms of fourth striker, a couple people asked me to talk about this, and I haven't. I've been lazy and I've neglected it. Andrea Pinamonti is our fourth striker this season. We purchased him back from Genoa for an extra 1 million that we sold him for. So we sold him for 18, got him back for 19. So it's just a 1 million price that we paid on top there. I'm really happy for him to be the fourth striker. He's the kind of player you want as a fourth striker. He's big. He's kind of he's got good agility as well. And at the end of the day, he's ready to be the fourth striker at our club. He showed last season he can play well for Genoa. He wasn't brilliant, but he was well enough. I prefer him as our fourth striker than really blowing the salary on somebody else like Edin Dzeko or Edison Cavani. I think it's a good option. Antonio Candreva, a player that has had such mixed reviews on this channel for all Inter fans around the world. He departs for Sampdoria for 2.5 million. We really can't sell shit, eh? We couldn't sell lemonade in the desert, for fuck's sake, honestly. 2.5 million. But hey, that's the climate at the moment. We got Vidal for free and Sanchez for free, but that's the way it is. I was a little sad to see him go because I think off the bench he could be a really big thing for us this season. He always gave his all for Conte, but it looks like Matteo Darmian is coming in, which for me isn't even that good of a swap. Darmian for Candreva, we might as well have kept Candreva, to be honest. But he's gone. Let's forget about it now. A lot of fans will be happy. His decision-making wasn't the best a lot of the time, but you can never falter his effort and his work rate. So, ciao, Antonio. Grazie mille for all your service for the club. I did buy one of your jerseys, so why not? I do still thank you for everything you've done here. Ranocchia out to Genoa as well. It looks like that's not official yet, I don't think, but I think it will be official soon. I'll do a little bit more on him when it does become official because he deserves his own little grazie, you know what I mean? I think that's it in terms of players that are leaving. Oh, Matias Vecino is linked with Napoli. Let us know in the comments below what you think about that. I think that is the right midfielder to get off the books, and if we do sell him, that will just once again reiterate the fact that Raja Nainggolan is most likely going to stay. Anyway, I hope I didn't get this match preview out too late. Let us know in the comments below what your prediction is, and let's hope for 3 points. Otherwise, all aboard the Pazza Inter Crisis Express train. Not really, but that's what this fan base is like. All right, Forza Inter Worldwide. Ciao.